What's up? I'm reporting from the VW GTI. Just got some new tires and I'm headed out to the airport to go start flying again. Yay! I took like a 4 or 5 month break to save some money. Just haven't really been flying. It's something that you got to make time for, and I just didn't. So I'm gonna go get checked out. It's exciting, start flying again. I really want this channel to be more aviation, because aviation is something I can do in my hometown. So I'm thinking really 60% aviation, maybe 40% travel. I'm not traveling all the time, but when I do, I'm planning quite a few trips a year, and when I do those trips, I will be making travel films. It's a lot of fun to have these memories and also to share them with people and connect with people. The response has been awesome. Coming from literally 0 subscribers on this channel, 0 views, to seeing people actually enjoy the content that I'm making and connect with them. It's amazing. I am doing all this in my spare time right now. Would I love to do YouTube full-time in the future? Yes. But anyways, I would like to, at the beginning of 2020, I was just thinking, you know, about everything, of course, like everyone does at the beginning of the year, and I want to start doing some more aviation content because it's something I can do locally. I don't have to travel to go do it. Yes, aviation is also travel related. I think they go together. The goal would be to make travel films and fly myself to these places. I also want to talk about this new flight simulator setup. If you're interested in flying and maybe you just don't have the money, consider flight simulating. There's a new one coming out this year. Everyone's been going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over.
Hey, go for Cocoa Puffs! Go for Cocoa Puffs!
Microsoft is about to put out a new flight simulator, and it looks amazing. But you don't have to wait for it. You could just get FSX is what I use, and I just got this joystick and a throttle. It's actually pretty realistic, especially for learning how to fly. I started flight simulating way before I got my pilot's license, and it really helped me get to know instruments and a lot of procedures and become familiar with the radio a little bit. It helped in a lot of ways before I went and flew a real airplane. And then I'm planning a trip to Arizona right now for March, so that's been really cool. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about my wedding film company in a minute, and also my job that no one knows about. And then I have a very exciting announcement, something that's happening this year, happening in like a week from now, that involves getting an airplane. It's Dave. Hi. It's a pretty complex machine for you. Beach 18. A lot going on. Back to planning a trip to Arizona. I've been working on that, and it looks like we're going to be going to fly into Phoenix, and then we're going to have a Sprinter van, Kristen and I. It's a renovated Sprinter van, really cool company, and I'm going to do some work for them and have the van for about a week. We're going to go up to Sedona and then drive past Flagstaff all the way up to Monument Valley for a couple nights, stay at Monument Valley for a couple nights, and then instead of driving around the whole state of Arizona and doing too much driving, I decided that we should just come back towards Sedona and then maybe explore a little more of Flagstaff area, do some hiking, find some cool scenic roads, obviously beautiful sunrises and sunsets, and then maybe even hit up the town of Jerome. We'll play that by ear at that point. So that's in March. And then also the wedding film company. Things have been picking up a little bit. It's been great. I've been doing like 10 or 15 weddings a year, and that's been going really well. FirstSightFilms.com is my wedding film company that I haven't really talked about on this channel. That's another job that I have, and then my job that no one knows about, managing some social media accounts. So I do some marketing related stuff as well with Kristen's company, my wife's company. I run some social media accounts for them, and then photo and video as needed for clients. So that's been going really well. She works super hard, and it's really cool that we're able to collaborate on some stuff. And I'm about 20 minutes away from going to the flight school now, hanging out at Dave's workplace.
You've got oil from the tank going out the line, going out the feathering motor pump, going past it through here, and then going into the case, and then bleeding down into the cylinders and the sump. And so that's why right now this is just maybe a day of oil coming out of that line, which there shouldn't be anything, and then there's nothing coming out of here, or very little.
That was awesome, going flying, getting current again. It was beautiful up there. Just felt really good to fly back home now in the home that I rent. Just wanted to announce some really exciting news because it does have to do with aviation. It's something that I've wanted for years and been saving money for. Dave and I and a friend of ours, his name's Brian, we are buying an airplane, and it's from the 30s, and it's called a Balenka 1413. It's a tailwheel fabric airplane, 3 passengers plus a pilot, can cruise at about 150. This airplane just ended up being the perfect one. I mean, we talked about going the route of a Globe Swift. We talked about maybe doing a 150 conversion to a tailwheel. We talked about doing a Piper Cub, but this made the most sense for the money. We're not rich, but we do have some money, and we can partner together and make this happen. With Dave and Brian's knowledge, we're gonna restore this thing. We're gonna make it in better condition than probably any airplane we could find for $20,000 to $30,000. The problem is these people just don't know how to take care of these airplanes for some reason. You'll go look at one and there'll be corrosion. They'll want $15,000 or $20,000 for it, and it basically needs a renovation. You're gonna have to strip the fabric. It's gonna end up being more work than just doing a project that is halfway done and doing it right, so that by the time it's done, you basically have a brand new airplane. So we're hoping to get that done this year, 2020, and then start flying that. And Dave's a really good tailwheel pilot, so is Brian. And so I'm gonna train with them. I got my endorsement a couple years ago in a Cessna 140, so I have my tail dragger endorsement. But make sure that I get comfortable in this machine, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun building it and like seeing it all come together and just learning that knowledge on how the systems work. I'm really excited to learn more about everything internally with these airplanes, and I'm gonna document everything and keep you updated on it all year long. Make a video every month or two whenever there's progress. So this is happening next weekend. We're going up to Battle Creek, Michigan. 26-foot truck. We're gonna load the airplane. It's gonna take a whole day to load it up, secure everything, make sure that it's getting transported properly, and then drive it all the way back here to St. Augustine. And that's gonna be like a 17-hour drive, probably more because of stopping. So yeah, that's what's happening. And as you can imagine, I'm pretty excited about it. So stay tuned. I will definitely be making a video of that trip. It was fun to do this little update. I'm excited for 2020. Renovate this airplane, do some traveling. Life is good. I mean, really just, there's always something more you can accomplish, right? The hardest thing for me is to just be happy about what I've done so far. So I need to stay content and just live every day with gratitude. Remember to just take it a day at a time and not get too far ahead. Stay in the present. That's my biggest challenge that I deal with. I'm sure some other people can relate to that. But yeah, chat soon.